Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bigfoot Cooking, where today we're going to actually put this show out a little early, but we are making a smoked bacon wrapped turkey that is also stuffed with stuffing. Yeah, I mean, this is your Thanksgiving dinner all in one big shot. And honestly, this should be a pretty quick, pretty simple show. So if you're getting ready for Thanksgiving or you just really like turkey, then this right here would set you up just right. Really simple and really quick. So step one, let's start out with a stuffing or dressing or whatever you wish to call it. No, dressing's a little runny. So let's do the stuffing. And for this part of the recipe, I'm going to show you my mom's secret and actually my grandma's secret recipe for making some of the best stuffing out there. Just hold on. All right, y'all ready for this? You buy a box. Yes, I know. And there's several companies that do. And you can pick them up anywhere. And just because it's not homemade doesn't mean it wasn't made at home. So if you want to keep it a secret, I'll keep it a secret. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about the taste. It's all about what works for you. So we're going to slightly change the recipe a little bit, but let's just go ahead and get this started. This is, for those of you who really can't cook, this is one of the easiest things to do. Step one, fire. Now the recipe calls for half a stick of butter, but I mean, why wouldn't you want more goodness than you can get? So we're gonna drop us in a whole stick of Kerrygold. Why? Because, well, that's the butter I like and butter makes it better. I forget who said that, but they were right. So into the pot with the butter. Now while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and put in 2 cups of chicken broth. We're gonna bring this all up to temp at the same time. And then to add just a little more to it, you could do, say, a cup of onions, but in this case, I'm gonna do a half a cup of dried onions. And that way it's got a chance to soak in all the flavor. And from there, well, what else do you want to add to it? You could add some celery, you could add mushrooms, you could add sausage, you could cut up a little chicken and dice it in there, which would really confuse the people who want turkey. Hey, have fun, it's your holiday. So let's give this a few minutes and wait on it. Basically, all I want this to do is to get hot enough to melt the butter. I don't really need a boil to it because all we're gonna do is add the bread and it'll just soak it right back in. So let me give it a minute and melt this goodness down. Now, in the process of making this, I wanted to add like a little bit of liquid smoke or some Worcestershire sauce to this, but I was told, no, this is Thanksgiving. This is not the time to experiment, not the time to try some crazy stuff. So if you're making this outside of Thanksgiving, have a little fun with your stuffing. If you're making it for Thanksgiving, the rules are stick to the recipe. All right, so we got hot enough to where it just started to boil. I mean, not that roaring boil, but that where all the bubbles are coming up from the bottom. So now, well, let's do the power dump. Alley-oop. And from here, well, honestly, you're just stirring everything in to make wet bread. All right, and there you have it. Basically, semi-sticky, nice and ready to go. Now, we're gonna put the lid on this because while this is sitting here, you don't want it to dry out yet. Like I said, if you were cooking it, if you were making a casserole, that's different, but because we're putting it inside the turkey, we're gonna leave it at this level right here. And now, well, let's get on to the turkey breasts. All right, so now let's start with our bite-sized, well, maybe if you got a really big bite, but we'll start with our bite-sized piece of turkey. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna fillet this open so that way it's a little thinner. Now, if you didn't want to fillet it, you could, in theory, pound the whole thing out, but I don't want the turkey to get too thin and lose all its integrity. So let's go ahead and slice this guy right down the middle, and well, let's make it into 2. All right, now that we've thinned it out, let's really thin it out. That's right, time to pound this baby to probably a 1/2 inch-ish thick. We'll kind of see how it goes. You know, this is one of those that it's not incredibly, you don't have to be incredibly accurate on this. Just kind of pound it out and get it to a nice shape. So, hammer time. All right, and there we have a nice big flat piece of turkey. So now, stuffing time. That's right, this good old homemade or made at home stuffing, or again, whatever you want. You could have a little fun with this and just add to it and change the flavor up a little bit. Make it your own. Just because I'm doing it a way does not mean that's the way. All right, now I've set this on here and I've pressed it down to about a 1/2 inch thick. So now it's time to make the burrito roll. That's right, we're just gonna take and lift it up and roll it in. There, look at there, a turkey burrito. Ain't that cool? Now, before you bacon wrap it, don't forget you gotta spice it up. And since it's Thanksgiving, well, I've got here my parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Sounds like a song, you know, from way back in the day, right? The boomers in Gen X know what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna take our Thanksgiving spices and basically set a little bit on here, kind of pat it in, almost like a dry rub. So now, bacon time. And for that, basically, all you'll need to do is take your bacon and go around and around and around until, well, you hide all the turkey. All right, and there you go. We have done everything we can do to hide. That's right, got to keep the turkey hidden. You know, let's go ahead and roll it on the board so that way the outside of this goes ahead and, oops, don't want to unravel the bacon. Let's see if we can pick up a few more spices along the way. All right, so now, well, it's time to head out to the smoker. Y'all join me outside. All right, we've got our smoker out here set for 275. Like I said, we're gonna take it a little slower out here because we wanna add some smoke flavor to it. But again, in the house, in the oven, put it on 350, you know, bake it like you would a meatloaf, I guess you'd say. So we'll go ahead and take this little gem of a guy right here, set him in right there, bring his friend in to the party because they don't want him to be alone. Can't forget the temp probe. I'm telling you, you do not want to overcook this. It would, well, it just wouldn't be right. And we have a bonus one on this. When I bought these, they were not deboned. I didn't realize that. So they came with the tenderloin, I guess you'd say. So I went ahead and took the tenderloin and, well, made a sandwich out of this guy. So we'll set him in here to cook as well. So I guess we'll be back in, I don't know, like I said, I'm thinking maybe 90 minutes. It may take up to 2 hours. It's okay. It's Sunday afternoon. I got plenty of time and I can't wait to get this thing in the belly. So while we're waiting, let me grab Benson. He actually had something he wanted to tell you guys about the turkey pop-up timer. So take it away, Benson. So today, we're going to talk about the pop-up timer. That's right, this device that you use every year for your turkey, well, it has its beginnings in the railroad. That's right, long ago, the railroad company would put these on the bearings for the wheels of the big cars to go round and round. And if one of the bearings got too hot, well, the little guy would go tink. And that's how they would keep the trains from falling off the tracks. It's a pretty neat idea. I just want to know, who was the guy that decided to take one from work and put it in a turkey? Who knows? A smart guy, though. Take care, guys. And there you have it, some lovely smoked turkey. Looks good on the outside. Ooh, let's take a look on the inside. Let's see, we'll start with this guy right here. We'll give it a nice little slice right into heaven. And ooh, would you look at there? Got the stuffing already inside, the bacon on the outside. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's just a little hint of pink from the smoke that was on this thing. And ooh, it is juicy faux show. But you know what else is faux show? Biting time. Disappear, here we go. That's pretty good. Pretty simple too. I mean, this is kind of that everything all at once Thanksgiving dinner. You got your stuffing inside, got the turkey on the outside, you got your parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme as the traditional Thanksgiving flavors, and you got the full bellies once it's all nice and gone. So in conclusion, all I can say is I hope that you guys take a little something from this, because this would simplify your Thanksgiving. I mean, your turkey is not dried out and dusty tasting. It's actually full of flavor, full of juices, ready to serve. And you know, worst case, if you're trying to portion control your stuffing, well, you're only going to get as much as you get, right? So you got that. And then you also know that, well, we learned how the pop-up timer originated from the railroad. Thought that was kind of neat. You know how to make this, and you know that Bigfoot is real. Y'all take care. I'm eating Thanksgiving. See ya.